So we're talking about old age, sickness, and death for the last couple of weeks because it is big teaching in Buddhism. And old age, I'll speak to old age and a personal experience today. Old age is a dominant condition. There are different categories of conditions in Buddhism, and dominant is one category. So old age is a dominant condition, except most of the time I don't think about it. I really don't feel like an old person, except at certain times, like when I look in the mirror or when I turn my self view on during a Zoom call, except for when I can't find a word or the name of someone I know really well. Except for when I've been sitting in a chair for a long time and I get up. But most of the time I don't. Most of the time my attention is elsewhere. And most of the time I feel sort of similar to how it seems like I feel similar to how I felt most of my life. At least that's what in my memory, or memories are not quite accurate. And for myself, most of the time I do feel energetic and engaged, kind of like the self I'm used to. I'm also aware, though, how I easily attributed experiences that have multiple causative factors and conditions to old age. And here's an example that really struck me. It's a little example, but sometimes those are the most illustrative. I got hearing aids before the pandemic, specifically because I was teaching groups and I had difficulty hearing some of what people said in groups. And as you probably know, what you say really matters to us. And we really, we're really interested and we really help you go deeper into understanding and awareness. But if you can't hear, it doesn't work that well. So because I have just mild hearing loss, I can hear well enough most of the time. So I got it soon, not that long before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit. And I didn't need hearing aids because I could just turn the volume up on Zoom. Um, though a meditation group that I teach every Friday morning returned to in-person quite a while ago, and I need hearing aids for that group, though I often forget them. And I forgot them recently, and my immediate response was, oh, that forgetfulness, it's a sign, it's old age, dominant condition. Then I paused and I reflected some more and realized that there were so many other conditions at play. This was a new habit, and it really hadn't gotten established. And then there was a pandemic. And by the way, I hadn't worn hearing aids for 70 years before that. So, I had a habit of not wearing hearing aids. And then I only really need them in specific situations, settings. And I no longer teach in groups very often, in person, that is. And I adequately hear most of the time. Sometimes I strain, but I really can't hear soft-spoken women. Oh, and I just thought of another condition as I was talking. Early on, when I got my hearing aids, I went to Hawaii and I wore them in the swimming pool. Not a good plan. Thankfully, they were still on whatever replacement time, and I got free ones. But you got to take them off sometimes. I swim a lot, so there's that. So, but why do I go for that easy answer? Conceptually easy. It's old age. And I think that's what our brains, our minds want to do. We want a simple, easy answer. And maybe that's the starting place. A starting place to try to pause and reflect. And we always use that word reflect. After all, our approach to meditation is called reflective meditation. And we don't often use that word pause. Though, here's the thing, reflection is a way to pause. There was a term that was coined, the sacred pause, and it's become really taken up in the world of mindfulness. And there is something sacred about pausing to stem the force of reactivity, and maybe pause to stem the simple one causative factor to reflect. Now, We prefer teaching to the process of reflection rather than suggesting you intentionally pause. Why is that? I think partly there's not one answer, because reflection offers us the possibility of becoming wiser of the situation, in addition to pausing our automatic reactions. Reflection gives us the possibility to engage critically and with discernment to the world around us. So, thinking some more about the specific situation of forgetting my hearing aids and attributing it to old age, I began to realize in my reflection that I've been attributing my age to my perceived deficiencies all my life. I can even remember being a child, not being aware that I could do certain things and feeling, deficient because I could not yet do them. I used to have all these dreams about driving, and then I'd wake up and go, oh no, I shouldn't be driving. And now I drive with ease. When I was a new psychotherapist, I was well aware that I lacked knowledge and skill and experience and could feel less than other therapists. Now I'm old. I'm experienced and confident therapist. Took getting older to get there. On and on it went. So now I'm understanding that at every age, we have age-related deficiencies. At every age, we're a mixed bag. We are never perfect. And that tendency to judge and compare ourselves, it's insidious. I don't know if it ever goes away. On the list of things that go away in Buddhism, one of the lists, there's so many lists, this tendency to compare. It's one of the last things to drop off before full awakening. I take that as, don't expect that of myself this lifetime. Just don't take it so seriously. Don't believe in my judgments. Take it a little further. Look for more. And I've come to believe that the antidote to that judgmentalness is curiosity and reflection. So I will end the talk there, and I will meditate, huh?